My name is Ray Hurst. I was the Director of Pastoral Care and Service here at Living Branches. Began, I think, in December of 2011. Was here for 9 years, and during that time, got to know Beth very, very well. I used to start here at Doc at about 7 o'clock in the morning, and I would come into this library here in Doc Manor, and she and Millie Magruder were often sitting here reading the paper and having conversations, and a lot of humor and laughter. It was a great way to start the day.
Hi, my name is Betty Menninger. I met Beth Patton many years ago. Most likely it was around 1999 when she decided she wanted to be a member of the Wellness Center. I found Beth to be delightful, cared about her health, and always wanted to do what was best for herself, but also what was good for other people as well, because she was not living here in isolation, but rather as a community. So Beth had moved to Dock Woods in 1981, was original to Dock Manor. She cherished living there, thought it was a wonderful place for her and her husband. As his health was declining, it gave her a safe space to be.
Beth was the kind of person that thoroughly invested her life in this institution. She would fold bulletins when her eyesight was almost completely gone. She involved herself in other ways on this campus as well, delivering newspapers and here in the Dock Manor community, and was a part of the gift shop, I think, since its inception, when it was in my office over in Dock Manor.
My name is Gwen Eagleson, and I live in Dock Manor, and that is where I first met Beth Patton. The gift and treasure shop was the place where I really became very comfortable with Beth and became a friend of Beth. We talked about our favorite foods, and I got to know Beth loved ice cream. And that would have been the last thing I thought she liked, but she liked ice cream, and she liked what we used to call Eskimo pies. I began to bring them, but not all the time, because she'd get mad at me. She was a giver. She didn't like to receive. And so we used to have to argue about whether the thing was gonna melt and she had to eat it and all of that kind of nonsense, but that was our relationship.
This community has been shaped by Beth's generosity, and her hours that she donated, lots of hours to this institution. She was the queen of volunteer hours, as far as I could remember, to this place, and I was so grateful for her sense of servanthood and generosity to others, and doing it in such a humble and unassuming way.
It was during the time in Oakwood Court we began to realize even how much of a steward she was, in that she was always very conscious of, are you sure I can afford this? I probably heard that for a while every week. Are you sure? Are you sure I can do this? And I would remind her that she had enough money, along with the help of the foundation. She could afford it, and it was where her care would best be met. Dock Woods provided Beth with the opportunity to age in place. She lived to be just 3 weeks shy of 100, and it allowed her to have a family when she had outlived most of her family. And the fact that she was able to transition from Dock Manor over to Oakwood Court allowed her to keep those relationships As a caregiver, it also provided me with an opportunity to know that she was in a safe place. Had she had to leave the community, it would have been a lot more stressful for me because she wouldn't have had as much support, and there would have been more things that I would have most likely had to fulfill.
So she was a person of humility, she was a person of generosity, she was a person of great kindness, and she left her mark on this community in ways that we can't quite comprehend. One of the things that Beth used to talk to me frequently about was how grateful she was for Doc's care for her through these many, many years. She was here for somewhere around 40 years, I think, and thoroughly was grateful for the compassionate funds that were available for her. She relied on them. She didn't have family, she didn't have a close church community to support her, and she was very mindful of what Doc offered for her in giving this benevolent care. I think that the Compassionate Fund here at Doc is one of the wonderful offers of this community to those who don't have the financial resources. I am just so grateful to have been a part of an institution that shows such care and respect for people who cannot afford to pay for their care. So I'm grateful for that, and I would encourage others to support this benevolent fund because of the track record it has in making a difference in other people's lives.